Have you ever noticed? Sometimes the loudest storms don't have thunder. Sometimes they sound like overthinking. Sometimes they sound like fear. Sometimes they sound like losing a loved one. Sometimes they sound like an eviction notice taped to your door. Sometimes they sound like a spouse who no longer understands. Sometimes they sound like the tears nobody ever sees. And before you know it, you're drowning. Not in water, but in worry. The disciples knew that feeling. In Mark 4:39, the wind was screaming, the waves were crashing, and experienced fishermen believed they were about to die. Then Jesus stood up. He didn't argue with the storm. He didn't negotiate with the wind. He didn't panic because everyone else was panicking. He simply spoke 3 words. Peace. Be still. And the storm obeyed. Here's what gives me hope. The same voice that calmed the sea can still calm your life. He can speak to your anxiety. He can speak to your grief. He can speak to your fear. He can speak to your broken heart. He can speak to your family. He can speak to your finances. He can speak to your uncertainty. He can speak to every storm that's been trying to convince you to give up. And when Jesus speaks, everything else has to listen. Sometimes he calms the storm. Sometimes he calms you while the storm is still raging. That's why Philippians 4:6-7 reminds us not to be anxious about anything, but in everything, by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let our requests be made known to God. And the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will guard our hearts and our minds through Christ Jesus. Think about that. A peace that doesn't make sense. A peace that can't be explained. A peace that shows up before the answer does. Because God's peace was never dependent on your circumstances. It's dependent on His presence. So today, whatever storm has been calling your name, whatever has been stealing your sleep, whatever has been draining your joy, whatever has been whispering that you'll never make it through, remember, the same Jesus who stood on the boat and told the wind and the waves, "Peace, be still," is still speaking today. And when He speaks, fear has to be still. Anxiety has to be still. Doubt has to be still. Your heart can be still. Because His voice is still greater than your storm. So trust Him. Stand on His promises. And let heaven speak over your life. Peace. Be still.